Welcome everybody back for another Novatech video update. We are going to go ahead and talk about what the heck is happening with Novatech. Just some thoughts and updates. This is my second Novatech video. If you haven't seen the first one, I'll go ahead and link it up top. That way you guys can go ahead and review what we spoke about last time. But just so everybody's up to speed on my personal journey with Novatech, I've been with Novatech since May of 2022. And if you ask me then, I probably had a completely different sentiment than I have now, because in the beginning it was great. Okay, so I actually work for a wealth management and education firm, and I'm a huge investor. Okay, really trying to set myself and my family up for generations to come. And everybody knows during 2022 the market was crashing. Since then, we're starting to see an uptick because of what the Fed has been doing, trying to, combat inflation, increase rates, which is actually really good for investors right now. Okay, it's not great for banks. It's not great for the consumer because you have to pay more money to borrow money. But for the investor, it's a really good time to actually get into the market. Okay, so that's why people are seeing an upswing. But during 2022, it was really, really rough. A lot of my accounts, some of my accounts were taking a steep hit, and Novatech's actually were saving us, keeping me afloat as far as my investments are concerned. But since then, and since my last video about a month ago, it's hard to say anything good about Novatech. I try to stay optimistic. Like I said in my last video, I try to keep that positive state of mind, but it's also important, especially when I'm doing content, to be realistic and just truthful. So the only really good thing that I could say about Novatech is that the website is up. Yeah, the website is up. And technically we're getting paid. My account has shown the same exact payment of $1.63 for maybe the last 6 weeks. And I saw a quote that had nothing to do with Novatech, but it hit home for me, and I wanted to share that with you all. It said, the best way for someone to leave is to make you think that they're still there. It's starting to feel like that with Novatech. Instead of just having the website up, instead of just taking our money and running, they're making it appear as if they're still doing something on the back end. And I just know personally, if I were to run a company, I wouldn't want, in a time of distress and dismay, where you're not hearing from the leaders, you're not hearing from the company at all. It's just a lot of noise. It's a lot of news that's even being put out and rumors. And if you really are doing something on the back end to protect and fight for what you have, I think it's important to have all the people who invested thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of dollars into your company to speak to them. Let them know that you're fighting. Let them know the game plan. Because without us, you wouldn't have a platform at all. And since Novatech's, sort of collapse in Canada and California, now nobody's getting paid. The lady is suing in Wisconsin and winning. It's been silent. It's been silent. And like I said, not only do we not know what's happening, just a lot of things have felt very poorly managed. So I don't know if any of you know, but on the Novatech website, they said that you can join our official Novatech Telegram group. And then all of a sudden, after all this chaos, it gets hacked. Okay? And then they go out and treat this like 1990 hacking. All they did was send a GIF into the chat tens of thousands of times. And I am one of those few that still remain to be in the chat because I don't know. I guess I was keeping on hope that once they clear some people out, that they would maybe put something else in there. I don't know, but I'm still in that group, and they changed the name. And if you even try to scroll up, it's just you just get lost because it's almost an endless swipe. Even if you go over to the media tab, it's just an endless swipe. They are doing their best to just make it as difficult as possible to they're distancing themselves. Novatech leadership is distancing themselves from the company as best as they can. And for me, that's a really hard pill to swallow, because there were certain things that were said by Cynthia, like people talking down on the company will feel the wrath of God from me, and if I misquoted that, please don't burn me. But she said something very similar to that. The fact we haven't heard anything from leadership, the fact that we're getting the same exact payment, the fact that I haven't gotten a payment in God knows how long, and they said don't sue, that's how everybody gets burned, but it looks like we're getting burned anyway. So my personal take on it is that it's probably over. I don't think that it's over until we hear anything from them, but it's tough for me to say because I was talking to a close friend of mine, and I got them into Novatech as well. And the reason I got them into it is because I believed in it. And I do believe in the beginning that they had people's best interests at heart, because they had millionaires in there. They had, millions of people joining the platform, and they were doing what they promised to do. It's just when the weight of the government hit Novatech, they just ran away. They ran away from the people. They ran away from the people that they promised to protect. Now, we all understand that there's a level of risk involved. Now, we had to be an adult to join Novatech. So my issue is, talk to me like I'm an adult. You're not talking to me at all. You're just running from the problem. Address it head on. How can we ever trust Cynthia Petion and Eddie Petion ever again? Since this has happened, people have been digging up her past. People saw that she went bankrupt in her first business. People saw that how she's handled this. How can anybody ever support anything else that you decide to do? We don't see your fighting. We don't see anything except, DAP came on BOJ, shout out BOJ, and did an interview and said that they're all in Dubai. Y'all are in Dubai and not mentioning anything to us about what's going on, so it's just very frustrating. I would say do what's best for you, because it seems that's what Novatech's doing for them. If you feel that you need to go ahead and make content like us, like me, like BOJ, do that. Speak out. Allow yourself this platform to be educational to others, because I truly don't think that we're going to hear anything from leadership, because why will we now? They got rid of their official Telegram group that was on their website. We're getting paid the exact same amount, and if it's from trading, that's almost impossible. The only thing that I can think of is if they are going silent to block out the noise, giving us these small payments until that they can balance having to pay Canada back, having to pay California back, and having to pay this $50,000 until they get back in the positive. That way they can start doing what they need to do. But again, I'm just one voice that's trying to be a positive outlook for Novatech, as opposed to all the other theories that are going out there. And that's exactly what this is. It's theory. We don't know because we're not hearing from them. So the biggest thing that I want to say is, everybody understand, especially in the crypto space, nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. With me working for a wealth management and education firm, it's very hard to find any sort of guarantee anywhere. There's always a level of risk, but you need to make sure that you have strategies in place for that risk. So, guys, I wouldn't keep your hopes up. This video is a little bit more somber than my first one. only because I haven't heard anything in a month. Only thing that they've done, 163 a week, and get rid of the Telegram chat. So, not much of an update. I'm sorry, but from someone who was optimistic, it's very hard to say anything good about Novatech right now. So, guys, if you found this video useful, please hit the like, hit the subscribe. We have tons of content about other ways to actually build your wealth, a lot more stable, industries that have been around for hundreds of years, that have been proven. So if you like this content about building your financial future, about having stability into your life and platforms, and how to grow that, how to leverage that, how to get rid of taxes, we talk about all that on this channel. I even have a few testimonials, but thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time, go check out some of my other content. But thank you for watching. Love you all. And remember, let's grow together.